You're listening to The Brett Davern Show, live daily on Adobe Radio.
It's out of. The thing is that it's out of water.
I don't care.
Look, I would have made it back in time, but the coffee thing is out of water. I would have had plenty of time.
Can I just say, I had this
here.
thought the other day. It is, if we're complaining about champagne problems,
Yeah.
refilling the water in the Keurig machine
That's
is
what I'm
the most annoying problem I have in my life.
You mean you having to
That's
refill
not
it, or
true,
the fact that everyone around this studio doesn't refill it?
Both of those things.
What is happening? You go out there, you make yourself a cup of coffee, take the 3 seconds afterwards to just put an extra 12 ounces that you used back in for the next person.
I mean, it doesn't have to be every time, but if you notice that you're in like the lower third of the water container, just do it.
Totally. I mean, look, when I first came here,
Dan.
I had to get the coffee situation on point.
You
remember
you ranted about it.
My famous coffee rant of 2017.
Yeah.
So I got the coffee on point. Oh, and then, by the way, all of a sudden Fish is like, oh, where's the tea pods for the Keurig machine? And I was like,
some now.
Nobody likes tea. That's what I yelled at him. Tea. Listen, tea.
Unless you're British.
You do not need...
No, American.
Katie, hear me now and hear me forever.
Tell me.
You do not need to waste money on Keurig pods of tea when you could just go to the store and get tea bags. They're super cheap. You don't need fancy. The fancy tea is not any different than cheap tea. It's all the same thing. It all tastes like water that's been strained through a cardboard box.
Dirty water.
Disgusting. This is America, where we don't drink tea. We drink coffee. And also it reminds me of one of my favorite jokes of all time, which I'll have to tell you later because this thing has already gone too long.
Brought to you by Nice Guy Digital on Adobe Radio and recorded live in beautiful North Hollywood, California. On today's episode, Dr. God's child prodigy Neil Garguilo is here to hang with us on Fan Request Friday. And I'll tell you the best thing I've seen today. Now let's get to the guy who's graduated high school 3 times.
No tea.
Your new best friend.
Yeah.
Brett Davern!
Listen up, everybody. This is our show. Thank you for telling your friends and family about our show and engaging with us on social media. We love you. If you want to shout out a friend or shout at us or with us about tea or anything else, you can call the show toll free. 1-888-99-IDOBI. The email for the show is bdsfans@idobi.com. Or if you want to join the conversation instantly, you could put that text or put that address into your text messaging where you normally enter someone's phone number, bdsfans@idobi.com. Compose your text, press send, and it ends up on this iPad in front of me. Once again, that address is bdsfans @IDOBI. This morning, prove that you're listening live by sending me a steaming hot cup of joe on the text line. Already the text line's popping off. The 4-4 checking in, which we know, by the way, Katie, is England.
We do.
Where they love tea.
They do.
And this person texts in, tea is gross.
Oh.
Mark that one down for our side. We have a little revolution over here, and all of a sudden everyone in England hates tea.
Yep.
They've joined our side. Good.
It's a smart side.
But someone from the 425 texts in, back off of my tea.
Oh. 425.
Tea sucks. Shots fired this morning. Shots fired. All right. Lots of show to get to today. But before we get to all of it, let me remind you that the Brett Davern Show is brought to you by Cake Bams. You know those days when you're craving a cupcake or a cookie, but you wish you could magically remove all of the calories
every day
from those things?
Yeah.
Well, Cake Bams has done just that. They're organic brown rice cakes topped with cupcake and cookie flavors ranging from vegan dark chocolate and sea salt, which is my favorite, to strawberry birthday cake, which is Maddie's favorite. All of the flavors are naturally gluten-free. Have your cake in skinny jeans too, and the Brett Davern Show listeners, they get 10% off of their entire order.
What a deal.
So if you get on there and you order, $100 in Cake Bams, then it's basically free.
Yep.
Because you get 10% off.
That math checks.
I think that works.
Yep.
As an actor, I'm really good at subtracting 10%.
Yep. That's the only skill we have.
Yeah. Except for me, unfortunately, it's actually 25%, but that's a whole thing we'll get into on a different day. Just go to cakebams.com, enter the promo code BDS, as in Brett Davern Show, at checkout, and you get 10% off your entire purchase and free shipping.
And free shipping?
Free shipping!
Oof.
What a time we're living in.
Oof.
Cakebams.com, that's CAKEBAMS.com. Also follow Cake Bams on Instagram for other delicious giveaways and photos and much, much more. All right, hello, Boy Wonder. All right, let's play some music. Oh, Fan Request Friday, Katie.
Yeah, I love
Fan
that.
Request Friday. If you guys don't know how this works, basically we take requests anytime you want to send them.
All week long.
Any time. On the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, whenever you want to send them, just tweet them in, text them in, email them in, whatever you want. Just make sure you include the hashtag Fan Request Friday. All you got to do is basically tweet an artist, the name of the artist and the name of the song, and then put hashtag Fan Request Friday, and we'll find it. And we pick 3 of them every single Friday to play on the show, and that's basically how it works. The first song today has a word in it that I can't say.
Thanks, Nick Major.
On the radio, but it's When You Grandpa
Effed.
Right, by Blink-182, and it was sent in by another host from Adobe Radio.
He just wanted you to have to struggle to say that word.
I think he just wanted me to plug his Twitter handle, actually. It's at Nick_Major.
Major.
This is the song that he wanted. Fan Request Friday. Turn up your radios or your iPods or your Zooms
electronic
or your
listening devices.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Follow at Brett Davern Show on Instagram for behind-the-scenes pics of Brett, Katie, and their guests. Adobe Radio.
Well, I told him that there was going to be dead air. Warned him.
What?
How's your
What?
coffee?
What's going on? What?
I told you there was going to be dead air.
There's no... Why is there dead air? Remember we were going to do something right off the break?
In segment 2?
No, in segment A. I had an extra minute 40 seconds, I thought. That's segment B.
Sometimes, Brett Davern.
This is not my fault.
You write all your own songs, don't you? Everything?
I write the songs, and John Costa is our musical director who plays them so well.
Do the song. The one that Melissa likes, I Like You.
Oh, good.
I remember that from when she was
Well,
growing
I'll
up.
sing that to you and
No,
everybody
don't
else
you
here.
make me die.
It's you I like. It's not the things you wear, it's not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like. The way you are right now, the way down deep inside you, not the things that hide you, not your jokes, they're just beside you, but it's you I like. Every part of you, your skin, your eyes, your feelings, whether old or new. I hope that you'll remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like, it's you yourself, it's you, it's you I like.
I'd like to formally apologize for mistakenly playing or writing that song would be played in segment B rather than segment A. I apologize for making my mistake. I apologize. I take full responsibility.
Oh my gosh.
My apologies, good sir.
Katie.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I can't be upset, especially when you play that song.
Yeah.
Because the three of you sitting in this room should know that it's you I like.
Yeah.
And so
it's very sweet.
Even the mistakes that you make, I like.
I apologize.
Because it's you I like. Well, we kind of messed it up, but so during that, Dan was like, "What is this?" The other night, Sarah Silverman, who I think is a funny comedian and I'm just a fan of, was tweeting nothing but Mr. Rogers videos for hours.
I love that.
And I just fell into like a black hole on YouTube, which is not a black hole at all because it's Mr. Rogers and he's the most like positive. It's
a white hole full of white light.
Well, he's very white as well. That's true. But I just went down the rabbit hole, I guess you could say, of watching a bunch of Mr. Rogers videos after Sarah Silverman was posting a bunch of them. And get out. It's not your time yet. No, get out of here. Oh, this is coming off the rails. And one of the videos that she posted was him singing that song, and that recording that Katie just played was him on The Tonight Show somewhere in the 80s. I think it's 1983 or something. And Joan Rivers was hosting The Tonight Show.
Right.
And she used to fill in for Johnny Carson all the time. And it's him singing that song to her, and that was kind of his signature song, and he would sing it all the time on his show and to different people. And he would always change a little bit of the lyrics to match or to compliment whoever he was singing it to. Mm-hmm. And I just find it delightful.
Yeah.
Is the word. I find it absolutely delightful. And I find that it's just somewhat appropriate in the times that we're living in, and everyone seems to be so angry at each other and all these things. And it's just a cute little ditty, and
very sweet.
I like the sentiment of it, and whatever. Sometimes I'm a big old sap, and that's the way that it goes. But it's just funny that we had to talk about where to play it on the show, and then I was like, oh, I'm out there getting coffee, and then we can hear the show out in the lobby, so everyone should know this, or they don't need to know it, but we can hear the show out in the lobby. There's a speaker out there that plays whatever's happening in the studio out there. And so I was hearing the song, and I was hearing the song come to an end, and then I heard the sweeper announcer guy voice that was like, Brett Davern show, coming back. And I was like, well, I got an extra minute 40 because we're going to play that Joan Rivers thing. And then I just heard silence, and I was like, okay, I'm going to walk back in, and Katie's going to have this smile on her face because we've been talking about dead air and how it's okay to have a beat sometimes. And she's going to be so proud of herself that I was out there getting coffee and that there's a bunch of dead air and there you go, Brett, there's your dead air. But in reality, you were supposed to be playing
that. But I actually just messed up.
That clip.
Yeah.
But you know what, Katie?
So the dead air this time was my fault.
The thing is that if there's one thing Fred Rogers has taught us and taught me through that song, is that even in the mistakes, it's you I like. Let's continue with Fan Request Friday, shall we? This song was sent in to us on Twitter by @BlueDrumMajor, and it's an oldie.
I love it.
And Karen Carpenter might have one of the greatest voices of all time. This is Top of the World by a brother and sister duo, the Carpenters.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
Adobe Radio. Did you know you can watch The Brett Davern Show on YouTube? Yeah, you can. Go to youtube.com/Brett Davern Show.
So you know how I always tell the people, Katie, that it's our show, meaning not just our show, the people sitting in this studio, but our show in terms of the family out there that's listening as well. It's
For sure.
all of our show.
Always.
And Fan Request Friday is the example of that, because they pick the songs on Fridays.
Yeah.
And boy, do they.
Yeah.
That one was rocking.
I love it.
But I think it just proves that it is our show, and we will do whatever you guys want out there. You guys want to hear the Carpenters? We'll play the Carpenters.
I mean, I'm not going to play Selena Gomez, although Neil's here, so I could have.
Yeah, that's true. Hold on, your mic's not on yet. Neil Garguilo in studio. Now go for it.
All right, hi everybody. Welcome to the Brett Davern Show. I'm the guy who announces Brett Davern in that little plug at the top.
Sounds like geeky Wolfman Jack.
That's right, I'm Geeky Wolfman Jack here in the morning with Katie LeClaire and Brett Davern. Gosh, we're all having a good time right now. Well, it's 7-something in the morning. Welcome. I can't believe you're awake listening to this show.
Now, most people listening will go to YouTube later to see your beautiful face.
Oh, God, will they?
But what I want to tell all of them is that it's amazing. Well, I don't know if it's amazing. I'm just so proud of you that you're so funny and you're such a great comedian and doing it all while being blind.
Yeah, that's been my biggest hurdle to overcome. Some say, Neil, how do you get out of the bed in the morning as chubby as you are? That's not my biggest hurdle. It's the blindness.
It's finding the stage.
What Brett's referring to is the fact that I'm wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
Indoors,
yeah.
Mind you.
Neil is not blind,
with
everybody.
20/20 vision.
You're not the first guest we've had who's done that,
No.
but you are the least douchey of those guests.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
You and Katie, there's a lot of things going on for the video of today. You are wearing sunglasses because you
right.
probably woke up 10 minutes ago.
That's correct.
Also, you and Katie are matching.
We are. Yeah, totally.
Did you guys call each other last night and figure it out?
Yeah, totally.
We FaceTimed.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did? Yo, you really did?
We're wearing the same Benoit balls.
Do you wear Benoit? Is that
don't-
the verb?
I don't know.
Or the adjective, or
Use?
however you say that?
I wear is acceptable.
I think at that stage of intimacy, whatever you choose, whatever word you choose to use.
Neil, if
we bought them together.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
If, and I shouldn't say if, but when you get to a stage in your career where you're going to all the fancy award shows, you know, and doing the red carpets, whether it's the SAG Awards or the Academy Awards.
If was
or
the appropriate word.
the Razzies. No, when, my friend.
Okay, sure.
Come on. Whenever you go up to, like, what's her name on E? Juliana Rancic, or
Yes.
like any of those people.
Oh, I love Juliana.
Any of the fashion police or anything like that. And if you walk up to them on the red carpet and they say, Neil, baby, hello, how are you?
Cheek
Who are
kisses.
you, who
cheek
are
kiss.
you wearing? If they say, who are you wearing? And you just say, Benoit balls. That would be
You know what?
the greatest moment.
I'm gonna promise you right now
and there's a mic in
Show
front of your face.
that I can't. I don't know when.
On
I don't know at
record.
what, but at some point
Yeah.
in my life,
Uh-huh.
I will answer that question with that answer.
Oh, but it has to be to one of those. You can't do it to
can't
like
waste it.
one of the like small website outlets out there that's far down the red carpet. It's got to be to like Seacrest on E.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
It's
he
gotta
did
be
just
one of the
announce it to
major-
Brett Davern, so like
I
that's
know.
something.
That is true.
That's going to be one of the best moments of my life.
Seacrest by that time might be at one of those small internet venues down the road.
Oh, is he in trouble?
true.
Oh, he's in.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
in
he's
little
in trouble.
trouble.
But then the Brett Davern show might be at the beginning of the show, in which case the joke's stale.
You know what I've
My
realized?
gosh, what a conundrum we find ourselves.
know.
Yeah, it's a real paradox. You know what I find now, especially on the shows we reference people all the time, and I'm realizing that I can't reference anyone because I don't know who's in trouble anymore, and I don't know who's not in trouble because I don't pay attention to the Twitters and things.
I think it's very charming when you don't know anything.
Well, just before I get a bunch of people's angry tweets being like, Ryan Seacrest, I don't know, I don't pay attention, I'm sorry.
No,
everybody.
I think there's a definite charm to you just like, you know what? I love the work of, Kevin Spacey's been doing some phenomenal work recently. And I love everything he does, and I'm endorsing his next film now.
I do know. I do know about that one. I do know. Now, speaking of controversial statements or things,
yes,
you took to Twitter last night, or possibly this morning. I can't remember when it was, and you promised your loyal Twitter followers that by the end of this appearance on the morning show, you would be pregnant.
Oh yeah, I actually got pregnant just in the lobby.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the couch
That
out there.
fast,
There's a
huh?
lot of rock stars that sit on that couch out there.
I looked at that. Victory Records has a magazine on the coffee table.
Was that before or after you broke into the studio?
Oh man, there was a you know the best way to break into this studio? Open the door.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And can I also comment on the neighborhood? It's beautiful. And I want to say the best part about the neighborhood is there's so many auto repair shops that I could have a car built from scratch. By the time I start the block to the end of the block, soup to nuts, I've got a brand new car just from all the auto body repair shops.
Yeah.
That there are. It's really something special.
My car ran out of gas recently, just around the corner, and I was like, well, I'm going to walk to the gas station, and had the same experience.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, do you need an axle?
I
Definitely.
I don't know if I do. Well, the thing is, they take it from my car that's parked outside right now, and
shoot.
then they sell it to people down the street.
This neighborhood, can I just say, we've never really talked about it on the show, but Katie starts the show every morning by saying from beautiful North Hollywood, and there's parts of North Hollywood that are beautiful.
Very nice.
This building and studio is great.
It's a great building.
The surrounding blocks and neighborhood does leave a little something to be desired. However,
It's eclectic.
It's an interesting block because Neil is very correct. There is a lot of auto places, and then there's a weird rental dance hall down the street as well that you can rent out for like bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, quinceañeras, whatever you want. Weddings, whatever. Yeah, they have like a Cinderella's carriage out front. But also down the street, there's a very interesting corner shop where there's a bunch of old machinery in it and a couple of old guys sitting there, and these machines are working away, and it looks like something out of the beginning of Newsies, the movie Newsies.
Okay.
And Katie and I, we walk past it to this breakfast place all the time, and with the staff at Adobe as well. And we're always like, what's going on in there? So one day, Katie LeClaire musters up all of her Katie LeClaire-ness, and she's like, I'm going in there to find out what's going on. And she walks in and she's like, talks to the guy for a bit, and everyone's standing outside, and there's big windows out front so you can see what they're doing in there. And she comes back out, and what it is they got all this really old machinery from like the 60s, like, right? 50s, 60s,
yeah,
something like that.
One was from the 40s.
And what they're doing is they're printing and putting labels onto vinyl records. But there's these huge machines that do it on a like massive scale.
Oh yeah, you can't be labeling yourself.
No.
You can't hand label those
It's not
things.
just they don't just peel and stick them.
But it was like Eric Clapton's album. And
it was really
Red Hot Chili
interesting.
Pepper. And interesting. There's 4 vinyl pressing companies in the nation, and then the printing of the actual paper onto the vinyl.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them. But if you're gonna like order a vinyl album, there's only 4 manufacturing companies in the nation.
Yeah, so chances are it comes from right down the street.
Excuse me. Sorry, I was interested. I don't want you to think that was a sneeze of boredom.
It was the bright lights.
It was the bright lights.
Made you
and
sneeze.
I got a little bit coming through the sunglasses at the top. Oh my god, that sneeze was so much though. Do you ever have a sneeze that's like emotional? Honestly, I'm being serious right now. That was there. I can feel it in my chest, and I can feel it in my heart. Sorry.
What, that sneeze?
Yeah.
Has it brought something out of you?
I don't know.
What's it bringing up in you? Describe it.
Okay, so do you understand the emotion
First
regret?
of all, did anything physical come flying out of you during the sneeze?
No, a little bit of sneeze juice on my hands.
Just a little.
Just a little bit
But
on my
then
hands.
emotionally, what is that sneeze bringing up for you?
I don't know.
Well, hold on. Let's do an exercise. Close your eyes.
Sorry.
Close your
okay,
eyes. I can't tell if they're closed or not.
They are now.
I can't tell behind your Ray Charles sunglasses. Okay. Now, you just had a moment with that sneeze. Mm-hmm. Try to describe the feelings and emotions that sneeze brought up in you. Take your time.
So, in October of last year, my grandmother passed away.
Oh, no.
And I've had a hard time getting over that.
I feel like it just took a dark turn.
And because we were very close, and I spent a lot of my life with her, and I feel like that sneeze was her saying goodbye.
Oh, God. All right, we have to stop with that.
That's too real.
That got
too,
really,
it's
oh,
too
man.
Real too. It's too
wow.
real.
Who knew a sneeze could be so, I don't know, therapeutic, but also bring a morning show to this.
It was. I will say,
halt.
I had legitimate tears in my eyes while.
Yeah.
That,
you did.
What
yeah.
with the sneeze? Oh
yeah.
my God. Sorry,
wow.
everyone, or you're welcome. Depends on how you're feeling today.
Let's take another one of those musical breaks, and then I don't know what we're getting into on the other side of the break. Fan Request Friday continues on. This one is sent in by @She'sDisturbed on Twitter. It's American Idiot by those boys from the Bay Area, Green Day.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Adobe Radio. Got something to say? Send Brett a text right now with iMessage. Text message bdsfans@adobe.com. You're listening to The Brett Davern Show.
It's the best thing Katie's seen so far today.
China sinks $3 billion into toilet revolution.
That was a sign of the apocalypse. Whoa, wait, was it the best thing you've seen or a sign of the apocalypse?
Oh, no. Oh, shoot.
It's a rare scenario where it happened to be both of those things.
I mean, $3 billion is a lot of money.
Okay, wait a minute.
In 2017,
explain
they
what
are
you're
adding
talking about.
Wi-Fi, ATMs, newsstands, and all these things into toilets.
Into public restrooms?
Into public restrooms. There are 12 4-star toilets and 60 standard restrooms. They have things that are... like a urinal doors for privacy, pretty normal, right?
No, not normal at all. $3 billion in toilets.
$3 billion they're all over the country.
All right.
Hang on.
You're so ready to move on.
The architecture. The solution to toilet paper and theft is facial recognition.
What?
Devices scan your face before dispensing about 2 feet of toilet paper. I don't know why you need 2 feet.
That's a lot of toilet
But
paper.
okay, fine. Some of them are made of. Just hold on, Brett. It's great.
For those not seeing, what's
Marble
happening,
walls.
Brett is having a conniption right now.
It's panic day.
It really is.
Marble walls, wood paneling, handsome tile floors, and some of the designs they have a range of designs. The facilities resemble castles, libraries, homes, and even human faces.
All right.
Human faces.
All right.
Wow.
Listen, here's the thing, China. Let me take a second to talk directly to China for a second.
Tell them.
$3 billion on public toilets. Like, I like that you're trying to improve your public toilets because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to a real public one in LA, but oh, good Lord,
They're real
do not
public.
do it. Like at the beach or something.
I got some stories.
Hold on over there. They can save a little bit of money for me on the like partitions between urinals. Don't need them. Don't care about
Also,
them.
2
don't
feet of
care at
toilet
all.
paper.
Thoughts, Neil? You're a guy who uses a lot of men's restrooms. I got a feeling.
Look, I like it when they class the joint up a little bit. No question about that.
Sure.
And I've been to a couple of robot toilets. There's one at
like
place
Japan?
and then there's a place called Paley in Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
On,
What do you mean
Hollywood
robot
Boulevard.
toilets? What does that mean?
A toilet with a lot of functions.
Yeah,
Okay,
they like
all right.
raise and lower the seat for you. The seat is heated.
It's heated.
They got a little water jet that
They have
shoots
one
up
that-
your.
If you're in a public restroom, why do you need a bidet? Come on.
Well, I mean,
If
it's
you're in
just
Japan,
because you're
that's
going
everywhere.
It's a nicer restaurant.
Yeah, I
but-
used a bathroom in a 7-Eleven in Japan because 7-Eleven's huge in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I used a bathroom in a 7-Eleven in Japan, and they're the robot fancy toilets, and it was the cleanest bathroom I've ever been in probably in my life, and it was in a 7-Eleven in the middle of Tokyo.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I went to a very fancy restaurant in New York City last summer called Marimoto with Chef Marimoto's
Yep,
restaurant.
yep.
Iron Chef.
And there's a little like rock garden behind you.
Yeah.
And I go in there and there are so many functions on the toilet.
Yeah.
And I was gone for probably a day.
Yeah.
And when I came back to the table, my friends were like, "What happened?" And I was like, "So many functions, so many options. I got an enema."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a full enema.
They
while I was in the
also
bathroom.
those toilets
Great.
also have a little button on the side of them on the little control. They have a control pad for the toilet, and there's also a button that'll play music and sounds of different variations: whale sounds, wind sounds, music that will cover any sounds that you're making.
Nah. No way.
Yo, yeah, bro.
No chance,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, bro.
No. There's not a chance that that's going to be the case.
Coming soon to Dodger Stadium.
Whale sounds.
Yeah, whale sounds to the. No, here's
It
the
should be
thing.
little cheers.
I
Well, yeah.
all of a sudden you're like, oh, what happened in the game? And it's like, no, it's just the toilet.
No, that was the toilet. 'Cause
Are
we're
you a
gross.
guy that needs the partition between the urinals, or do you just not care?
Nah, I pee in a trough.
Yeah, me
And-
too.
no,
I don't
and
care at all.
I don't, to be honest, I don't care for the partitions. I can't take a peek.
You'd rather peek.
I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that, but for weapons, maybe they're
Oh,
high-
that's true.
You know, I want to make sure I know my surroundings. What if that person's pulling
You
something?
know,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Pulling
You put in
something
all the
out?
partitions. That's where the evil doer will go.
I know.
Face the urinal. The partitions are there. They they check whatever device they have down their pants. You take away the partitions,
Right.
and
There's no
good
security.
Samaritans
There's no
like
safety.
Neil Garguilo can check up on their fellow Dodger Stadium attendees.
That's how I cruise in the bathroom. And I'll
So
say
no
this:
pee
the
shyness.
one thing that I do feel bad for, though, for when there's no partition, if someone calves, they use catheters. They calf.
if they calf.
Yeah, they calf. If someone's calving, and then you're at a trough and you got to pull it out, and you got to be like, "Sorry, guys."
Yeah.
I go from a bag to.
I just
That's
worry
tough.
about this younger generation. I hear all these guys all the time like, oh, the trough is disgusting, or like, I need a partition. I go, what are you doing? Man up.
Yeah, don't go inside of it.
Jeez.
Maybe they're doing it
Yeah.
wrong. Don't lay in it.
They're like, oh, it's so
you're
gross that it just all the pee mixes together. Sorry, everybody out there, but that's what. It's so gross. I go, what do you care? It's already outside your body. Who cares?
Yeah, you're not putting it in a
Plus,
cup and
when you
bathing in
flush it, that's where it goes.
Yeah, it's all going to mix together anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's been urinal talk on the Brett Davern
Wait,
show.
I got one more thing
Let's
to add.
move on from. Oh.
I've heard that if you have a problem doing the business and you do multiplication problems in your head, it will allow you to then just go.
You talking front business or back business?
I think all the businesses.
Really?
There's a radio show I used to listen to coming up in high school where, because you called it pee shy, Katie, right? But they called it stadium stop.
Oh, that's funny.
If you got stadium stop. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. What did that one bring up?
The year was 1947.
All right. So Neil, obviously, as you can tell, is a very serious, dramatic actor, and he has a show that he's in tonight, somewhere in Hollywood. No, he's a comedian, and you got a show tonight in Hollywood. If you're looking for something to do tonight, go on out and check them out. Where's it at? Give all the people the details.
All right, it's the Friday 40. That's the name of the show. It's at 9 p.m. at Nerd Melt. That's behind Meltdown Comics on Sunset Boulevard. It is a drinking game show in which 3 contestants get up there and drink a 40 while 40 questions are asked from the week, and there are characters that come out, and I do characters in the show. It's hosted by the showrunner of The Walking Dead, Scott Gimple.
Wow.
And by Dave Holmes, author, radio personality, former MTV family.
Former VJ.
Yeah.
Was he a VJ or was he in the news side? No, he's a VJ. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's going to be fun. Helen
That's awesome.
Hong is on the show tonight.
What time is that?
It's at 9 p.m.
Oh, that's great. So 9 p.m. Nerd Melt tonight. Get tickets online, I'm sure, wherever.
Totally.
You
know
them.
what? You know what? If they tweet you before I leave the studio.
If they tweet the Brett Davern Show?
Yes, I'll give 2 tickets away.
Ooh.
We'll do that.
For free?
For freebies.
Wait, will you give 3 away?
Oh, yeah. Katie wants to go.
Yeah, Katie, you can go.
Okay.
You guys are wearing matching shirts. You could probably just squeeze in really closely behind him, and they'll just think it's one person.
Another...
Not another sneeze. We don't have time for another sneeze.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I looked at the lights, didn't do anything. Okay, all right.
Okay, well, that sounds like a fun show. You're not one of the people drinking a 40.
No.
You come out and do a bunch of characters.
I do some characters.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then also, you're in what is sure to be the comedy of the year, Super Troopers 2.
Oh, my God.
Which comes out April 20th. Let's not talk too much about it because I want you to come back when it actually comes out. But I guess I'll just ask you for now, what does it feel like to be part of something that is such a favorite of people, a cult hit, a franchise, a pop culture thing? I mean, the first Super Troopers is like legendary.
Totally.
And you're in the second one. That's got to feel cool. How's it feel?
It's unbelievable. Those guys are the coolest guys.
Yeah.
They really are. You know that we've talked about this before many times off the mic, how like people let you down.
Yeah.
You meet the people that
you always hear you don't want to meet your heroes.
You don't want to meet your heroes.
Right.
Those guys are my heroes.
Yeah.
Oh, meeting them. What a treasure. I mean, really.
Really?
They are like the greatest guys.
That's great.
Yeah. So they've been really good to me, and I don't know why I don't deserve their kindness. But yeah, it's great. And the movie, I mean, you came with me to a screening.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen it. That was a long time ago.
That was
screening.
like a rough cut. And that was
like
funny.
Maybe almost even like a year ago. That was a long time ago.
It was just about a year ago.
But it is really funny.
Yeah. The trailers.
Is the trailer out? Can I say
totally.
Rob Lowe's in the movie?
Yeah.
There's
I would say
bunch of celebrity cameos.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to give away a lot of them.
But check out the trailer. Check out the trailer. It's great.
Oh, it's great, and that's so cool for you to be part of that, man. Congratulations on that.
They're such great guys.
Yeah. And then also quickly, just because I think it's awesome, and I want to give you the chance to say it. You mentioned that the showrunner of Walking Dead is the person who's responsible for Friday 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also...
Oh, yeah.
But also... Now, everyone, put down the pipe and listen to Uncle Brett for a second.
It's early for that.
Hey, you never know. Listen, the East Coast is 3 hours later.
That's true.
Anyway, for those of you that are fans of the show Walking Dead, here is some inside baseball for you. This is really inside. So you got to be a fan of Walking Dead to understand what I'm talking about or to go back and find what I'm talking about. But as Neil said, he does a show with the showrunner of Walking Dead and also is good friends with the showrunner of Walking Dead. If you're a fan of Walking Dead, at some point in the series, and I can't remember where it is, it's like season 3,
Neil's gripping
season
the
2.
table.
It's like early. There's a character that's introduced for maybe like an episode and a half or maybe just one episode. I can't remember. But their last name is Garguilo.
What?
And
what's their first name?
Neil. And that
You're famous.
That's right. They put Neil's name in the show.
You're so famous.
They introduce a character with my name, and then
did that person die?
5 minutes later,
Yeah,
that person.
It's not 5 minutes.
Murdered.
It's not 5 minutes. I've seen that episode. It's not 5 minutes.
Are they murdered or are they killed?
Yeah.
Like, were they killed by a zombie or are they murdered by a human?
You're gonna have to watch the episode.
I can't
Katie.
spoil that.
But here's the greatest part of it. The greatest part is that at some point in the episode,
He was wearing a pink shirt.
somebody goes, Garguilo! Like at the top of their lungs. They yell Neil's last name, and I was like standing on my couch, like, this is the coolest thing ever.
And there's like a point later in the season, I think, where they're like, where
they reference it.
someone's like, you don't want to wind up like Garguilo, do
Yeah,
you?
yeah, they mention it. Like
That's
throughout the-
incredible.
He just changes one letter instead of Garguilo. He makes it.
Yeah, it is
Gargiulio.
kind of pronounced Gargiulio, but
He switches the I and the U.
yeah, but it is Neil.
Wow.
It's just cool, man. Like, it's fun when you like live in Hollywood for as long as we have, and you get to meet these people, and then there's these fun things that happen like that, and that's half the fun of living here in Los Angeles. So I don't know. It's just cool for you, man. It's got to be cool for you to not only be part of Super Troopers 2, like we were saying.
Oh, God.
No, not another one. But to also be part of The Walking Dead. You're part of The Walking Dead lore.
Listen, I'll say that my greatest professional moment was being your high school principal, but outside of that, I would say those things are second and third.
By the way, we haven't even touched on that. There's too much to you're going to have to
talk about that
come
today.
back.
You have to come back.
Yeah.
I will just quickly say that, for those of you that are listening that are fans of that show on MTV that I was on, Neil played our principal in the high school. And what's great about that is that Neil and I were friends prior to that. We've been friends for a million years.
1 million.
And when Neil was auditioning for it, he was like, hey, I got this audition for the principal, though. And I was like, oh, you'd be great for that. That'd be fun. And he was like, all right, well, I'll let you know how it goes. And then you came out of it and you were like, every other dude there was like actually 60. And the thing is that you and I are the same age.
Totally.
But you got the part.
When I got the part, I was like, oh man, dude, we have taken care of ourselves in different ways, man. Because I just went in for an audition where the breakdown is what they send out for actors, and it's
like a description of the character. Yeah.
And it was 45 to 60, and it was like balding older men. And then young, supple Neil Garguilo.
Well, and season 1 of Awkward was, like, in real time now, was maybe 8 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. Yeah. And so you were 7 years younger than we both are right now. And you come walking on set that first day, like, wearing a suit, looking like a principal. And there I am in just, like, sneakers and a Letterman jacket. And I'm like, wow, we're the same age. Yeah. But here we are.
Totally. Let's go on a double date tonight, bud.
What a weird business we are a part of.
I know.
All right, last thing to do with you. We do this with all of our guests.
Oh, thank God.
I think you've done this before because you were a guest on the original podcast.
Yeah, but I showed up that day.
You don't remember a thing.
Oh, my God. So many amphetamines.
I have 2 note cards, one in each hand. I'm going to put them behind my back. They each contain a different line of questioning. You determine which line of questioning I ask you by telling me right hand or left hand.
You know I'm ambidextrous.
Oh. Well, we're not going to do both.
I'm just letting you know. Something I wanted to show off. But I write with my left hand, so I'm going to go left.
Left. 8 questions.
Oh, my goodness
Here we
gracious. Go. 8 of them, Katie.
8
I was
questions.
Not prepared for this.
8 questions unless you sneeze.
We like to keep you on your toes, Neil.
Oh,
for every sneeze, we're taking off a question, though.
Okay.
So hold it together, Garguilo.
Okay, sounds good.
So it's 5 questions?
5 questions.
Garguilo! No, just from now on.
Let that be your sign off.
Oh, okay, I see.
1. What is your most used emoji?
I do the kiss lips.
But not the actual heart with the kiss?
No.
And
just
not the
lips.
kissy face.
No, the kiss lips.
Just the
I like
lips.
to make it real. Like I like to get the point across.
You look like...
I'm not... This isn't like a cutie kissy thing.
You're
This
not
is
kissing
like,
with love.
No, I'm kissing with intention.
Do you remember...
Pregnancy
Are you gonna remember this reference? I wish I could... Is it Kenyon Martin? Someone in the NBA, I think it's Kenyon Martin, has a kiss lips tattoo right on his neck, but it's bright red.
Yeah.
And every time he'd be shooting free throws, I'm just like, what is going on?
I don't... Yeah,
like,
I do, but I can't
giant
remember.
kiss lips. I'm pretty sure it's Kenyon Martin. We'll have to look that up. Anyway, number 2. Did you ever have an AOL Instant Messenger? And if so, what was your screen name?
Oil Drum 414.
That's really?
Yeah.
What?
Why?
That was the only one available. This is the last one.
The only one.
Yeah, that was the one that was available. Moving on.
Number 3. Who's your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a party, with a lot of different types of people. And my celebrity crushes are to my left and to my right now.
Oh, what a
sweet.
sweetheart. That's
I
so
know.
nice.
I know.
All right. Number 4.
No, but Christina Ricci.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I grew up at a certain time period. And
Sure.
also,
Casper.
throw in Kirsten Dunst.
Casper the Friendly Ghost. Let me ask
Kirsten Dunst.
Let me ask you a question.
The little.
And now
beautiful
I'm gonna have
teeth.
to tread lightly, but let me
Yeah,
ask
she has sexy
you.
little
Let me
teeth.
ask you a question.
She does.
Kirsten Dunst, yeah, bring it on. Yeah.
The whole-
Little teeth?
She has
Hello.
sexy teeth. She has like the little kitty cat teeth. They're so sexy. There's
Little
something cute about them.
chiclets?
Oh, I didn't hear him say that part of it. That's creepy.
No, she has sexy teeth.
Let
I
me
think.
ask you
I
a
don't know.
question though, and I'm gonna have to tread lightly. So Christina Ricci,
Yeah.
right? Which who until
you're
you
gonna-
said her name, I had forgotten my affinity for Christina Ricci.
Big eyes
there.
and little
Oh,
teeth.
hello.
Yeah.
I think she's beautiful. But I've always had a crush on Christina Ricci, especially when you and I were young lads.
Totally.
Now, here's the thing, though. Like, when I was young and Casper the Friendly Ghost came out, I was at an age where it was okay to look at her and be like, oh, hey, Christina Ricci, because we're kind of the same age.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
But now that I'm not that age anymore, I mean, can I look back on Casper the Friendly Ghost with fondness, or is that I have to
understand.
move on from
Are
that
you
now?
allowed to look at it as an
Yeah.
adult male with child eyes and
Right.
the childlike
and remember
feelings?
my affinity for
Totally.
her.
I think that it goes like this.
Am I grandfathered in?
I think this is how it works.
Uh-huh.
There are thoughts you had at that time period in your life. Mm-hmm. And then you
Oh,
have...
listen, the hormones were raging.
Totally. But
Yeah.
you have grown with experience, and now there are new thoughts you're capable of having.
Oh.
You're not allowed to apply those to the thoughts.
Okay, so only if I keep in the same frame of mind.
Yes, totally.
Can I? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about Devon Sawa in that movie? How am I allowed to look at him?
However you want.
Okay.
Whatever you... All bets are off.
Oh.
I'm uncomfortable.
Who was the dad in that movie? Bill Paxton or Pullman?
I gotta be honest. I can't get past the reach. Man, I got reach on the mind. Doesn't go past that.
She's great.
I
Great,
did not.
great
I
actor
didn't.
too.
I thought
The reach.
the reach.
Now you reached in front of something as if to suggest that.
All right, stop. We're
Okay,
moving on.
Good.
Good.
Number 4. What is your favorite candy bar?
My favorite candy bar. Oh my.
Too many choices. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking.
I'll tell you what. Bo Murchoff came over last
Oh,
night
no.
for a hot second.
Don't you start with me.
And he did bring me a Reese's peanut butter cup.
That is not a...
And
Don't you start with me.
And it's tasty, but I would.
That's not a candy bar.
Okay, so then let's go. Peanut butter Twix.
Okay.
I
that's
like
good.
peanut butter
That's
and
fine.
chocolate. I like
That's
peanut
fine.
butter and chocolate
That's fine.
together.
That's fine. It's fine. It's an acceptable answer.
I like peanut butter and chocolate, right?
I think that
Not
actually...
outrageous.
I
It's a
think
better
that-
option than a peanut butter.
I don't like the
Twix.
nuts. I don't like the nuts.
I think that...
Yes, the crunch is the best part.
No, I don't care for that.
I think that actually Neil was on set on Awkward the day the great Reese's peanut butter cup debate sprung forth at the craft service table, and I started screaming at Bo, like while they were shooting. Like, okay, so usually they put the craft service table off to the corner of the set, and they're shooting somewhere else on the set, so you got to be quiet because they're shooting. And I was not quiet. People were coming over and be like, "Shh, you got to stop! They're shooting!" And I was like, "It's not a candy bar!" I'm like freaking out on him over there.
I remember. I
and
do
the
remember
great
that.
debate was raging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like things, but they have offshoots of the Reese's.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Number 5. Finish this sentence. Something I need to improve upon is...
My summer bod. I got a winter bod right now.
Your beach body?
I got to get my beach body under control. I have to be honest with you, though. I've gotten really comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, just dad bodding.
I have a photo of you at my house that I will treasure for the end of time.
Oh, boy. I can't wait to see
I think
it.
you had sunglasses on in that photo
It's
too.
entirely possible.
Actually, I think it's
I
on
got-
Brett, you took it, didn't you?
I got a picture of Neil. I think the people out there can understand and are feeling that we're actually friends
We are.
and have been friends for far too long.
Yeah.
It's almost over. But
Our friendship or the show?
both.
the show.
No.
There was a birthday party one time for friends, mutual friends. And it was being held at the Malibu Wines.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a winery out towards Malibu. But and it's called, everyone calls it Malibu Wines. But it's not in Malibu. It's in the mountains before you get to Malibu. So it's not by the beach at all. But we were having the birthday party at Malibu Wines. And Neil shows up in possibly the shortest swim trunks I've ever seen. And like a tank top and flip-flops with like a towel.
He's crying again, everybody.
With like a towel slung over his shoulder and sunglasses on. And he might as well have had the zinc sunscreen on his nose. I mean, he was dressed cartoonishly like he was going to the beach. And he walks up and he's like, I didn't realize this wasn't on the beach. And we're like, nope, it's in the mountains. And he, was wearing swim trunks with, and as guys do, you don't wear any unders under there. And he was just sitting around in his swim trunks. And I've got a pretty funny photo of him because everyone else it's a winery. So, most of the ladies are in like sundresses and wedges and the guys are in, winery attire. And there's Neil just...
One time, Brett and I got in our underwear and took an entire honey-baked ham into a hot tub and ate the entire thing. So I'm not the only idiot. You're an idiot sometimes too, Brett. You do stupid things. It's not just me, man.
I love the idea that someone out there's listening like, oh, he's a comedian. He just made that up off the fly. No, that's 100% true. And it was on Easter Sunday.
You have one too many mimosas and you're getting in your underwear with Brett Davern into a hot tub.
Boxer briefs, hot tub, full honey-baked ham, and we brought a little bowl of mustard with us.
You have to dip. If you're in the hot tub, you gotta do a little dippy. You can't sacrifice taste and flavor because you're in a hot tub. You go all the way, you get everything you want out of it, or don't do it at all. That's the way I feel. It's the way I've always felt.
All right, everybody, that was the Brett Davern Show. This is the guy that introduces the Brett Davern Show. We'll see you next time.
All right, that's it. We have to have him back all the time, and we got to start a new bit called You're Dumber Than I Am. And it's just, you go back and forth being like, oh, yeah? One time you... Oh, I love that. Where the hell were we? Oh, number 7. Do you wear boxers, boxer briefs, tidy whities, or go commando?
Boxer briefs in the hot tub.
Yeah,
we just
for
heard.
sure. We know what he wears.
Correct.
Yeah, and they're usually fancy boy boxer briefs, too.
Fancy boys.
Are you wearing fancy boys? Of course he is.
Knockers is the brand.
Why don't you just show the YouTube?
Yeah, they saw that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they got that.
You know what?
They got that.
Go to my Patreon and I'll show you something.
Ooh.
God. Number 8.
I don't
goodness.
have a
The
Patreon.
most important question of them all. You've been asked this question before on the show, but we'll see if it's changed. It's the most important question because I feel like your answer to this question tells me everything I need to know about you. That you pink shirt wearing son of a...
Wait.
Oh, this is I know this one. All right, give it to me.
I just want to... Are you going to wear this shirt tonight during the show?
No, I have a costume.
Oh, you do?
But I'll wear it afterwards.
Oh, okay. Because I was just going to say,
hugs.
that shirt would show off the signature Neil Garguilo pit stains perfectly.
It would. Yeah, it would. The answer's pineapple, Brett. And I know that you don't like that answer, but it's the answer because of my Puerto Rican tongue, and I love the way pineapples taste, and I'm doubling down on that. I know what the question was, but I don't care, man. All right? I'm going to stand by my pineapple for life.
All right, everybody, we'll see you next time on the Brett Davern Show.
He's getting muted. That's a wrap, everybody, on another edition of the Brett Davern Show. Thank you for listening live on Adobe Radio, subscribing on YouTube, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what you heard, just tell some friends.
Tell them.
Say goodbye, Producer Katie.
I have a headache because I was laughing so hard. Goodbye, everybody. Happy weekend.
Producer Katie's on Twitter and Instagram at Katie LeClaire. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at BDav, and you can follow our little show on any social media, including Facebook at Brett Davern Show. Today's guest, Neil Garguilo, can be found on social media at Neil Garguilo. It's at NeilGarguilo. Check him out, everybody. And if you're looking for something to do and you're in the Los Angeles area tonight, head on out to Nerd Melt.
Did anybody get free tickets?
If anyone's been tweeting us, you got free tickets. But for all of you who didn't tweet in, just head on out to Nerd Melt. See Neil tonight. Dave Holmes will be there. The showrunner from Walking Dead, whose name is escaping me.
Scott
Kimball.
Gimple.
Gimple? I probably
Like a
should know
dimple
that.
with a G.
I should
you're never
probably
gonna be
know
on
that
that
if I
show.
ever want to. Yeah, hey, scratch that one off the list. They'll all be there, and yeah, whatever. Just I don't. My brain's fried. Everyone, just go find all the things. Oh, keep it locked on Adobe Radio all day for great music and plenty of shows coming up later. Also, this Saturday, so tomorrow, episode number 2 of Hostage Radio is on at 9 p.m. Eastern on Adobe Radio. And if you miss it, it's also podcasted on adobe.com. Once again, for Katie and Boy Wonder and Matadocious and Neil and everybody texting in from the 44 and the 34, the 816, the 530, the 801, I'm Brett, and I'm reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other. That was our show. There's a couple good nights today, especially since it's Friday. Good night, Fred Rogers. Good night, Joan Rivers. Good night, Karen Carpenter. And good night, Garguilo!
Got breath control. He's turning red, though.
That's it for the Brett Davern Show. That's all for the Brett Davern Show this week, but fear not. Brett and Katie will be back live Monday morning on Adobe Radio, starting at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.